Hey there, this is Elaine with Real Talk with Elaine. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad to meet with you guys today just to go over my previous 8-month Mounjaro review for the year 2025. Well, most of you know I've started Mounjaro back in March 29th, 2024 because I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, as well as I was entering into morbid obesity. And I mean, really, I was 300 pounds back then. And so I'm going to take you through a journey real quick as possible for what's been going on in this 2025 year. And this is my honest review. So I'm just going to share and put it out there on some things that I haven't kind of gone over before, but I just want you guys to know. So when I first started this journey, of course, things was going on. You know, my metabolic was all jacked up, and I, couldn't fit my clothes. I was feeling kind of stuck, and I was like, I got to do something. So now here we are 16 months later, and I promised to kind of give you a whole overview of everything that I've been doing. So during the past 8 months, which was January 2025 to now, I just want to kind of go over my weight loss progress, and then I'll take you through all of that, and then we'll go through my doses and all of that. So put it right here. January 4th, 2025, I was 250 pounds. Now, y'all know I don't like to count these point things, but I have them here for the purpose of this was what was captured on my Renfo scale app. But yeah, 250.8. And then February 20th, 2025, I was 247.2. March, which in March, I think I only weighed myself one time that entire month. I don't know what's going on with me in March, but I think that was the beginning of my stall phase, and I was getting frustrated because I couldn't get out of the 240. So every time I stalled in one of the areas, when I stalled in 250s, I was frustrated. I stalled in 240s, I was frustrated. Now I'm in the 230s and I'm frustrated. So anyway, all right. So March 2nd, I was 244.8. And then April 26th, I was 236.4. May 23rd, I was 232.4, which is the lowest that I have been on this journey. I was almost 68 pounds from getting to my 70-pound goal, because 70 pounds was my second goal. 50 was my first, which I did amazing on. So now 70 pounds, I was right there at the cusp. All right, June 24th, I went up to 238. See the big jump there, almost 6 pounds. And then July 29th, I was 236. So I was going back down in July. And August 3rd, as of August 3rd, which was yesterday, because today is August 4th, 2025, I was 233.4. So I'm heading back down in the right direction, and I'm excited about that. In terms of how I dosed up, I started out on 5 milligrams, titrated up after about 2.5 months to 7.5, stayed on that for about 4 months, and I lost most of my weight on that 7.5 during that 4-month period. And then I went to 10 milligrams, at about 6.5 months in my journey, I went to 10 milligrams, and I stayed on that for 4 months. And then 12.5 for another 4 months. And then I recently titrated up to 15 milligrams, which now I'm in my 16th month. So in July of 2025, that's when I finally did my first dose of 15 milligrams. And so if you've been watching my videos this past week, you know that I was sick a lot in the past 3 to 4 weeks. So I've kind of been going up and down. And oh yeah, by the way, I am not a medical professional. Please do not do anything that I've done or take any of my advice or anything don't take this as advice. Just I'm sharing with you my experience and my journey on this process. But yeah, I made an executive decision because I was sick. Although I was on 15 milligrams, I took myself back down to 12.5 because I needed to get through some other medications that I was taking, and those medications were already making me feel pretty lethargic, and I didn't want to have that plus, this medication. So I wanted to go back to what I felt comfortable with, and it was a great decision because I was able to get through that week and get myself back on the mend. Okay. All right. So I have some before and after photos. I didn't do a lot of photos, and that's one of the things, if I had a chance to do it all over again, I would do more photos of my journey when I first started. But I didn't like my body. I had poor body positivity, so I did not do a lot of photos for before and after. So you know what? It's okay. I did have some that people may have captured me on times that I was pissed and didn't want them to capture me looking like that. So I did go back and find some photos. So I'll post them up here for you so you can take a look at them. So some of the positive changes that were not necessarily what we like to say in our world, they were non-scale victories. Some of the positive changes was, my clothes fit a whole lot better. I like the fact I have gone down, how do you count that? Because I'll say this, I was a size 22 at first, and I'd gone, I was a size 20 to 22. I think I was trying to pretend I was a 20. I was squeezing in 20s, but really probably was more of a 22. And now I can do a 14, 16, which is amazing for me. So I'm really happy that I'm back down to, a type of, I can find more clothes now, and I like the way my clothes fit on me. I have less joint pain and less inflammation. So for those of you who know and been following my journey, I do have lymphedema, which is another comorbidity, an autoimmune disease. And and it causes swelling, a lot of swelling, especially if I have it in my legs and my ankles and my feet. Okay. So, it's my lower extremities, and it's hard, and it carries a lot of weight, water weight. So I'm pretty much always been kind of small up top and carried my weight well up top, but in my lower extremities, it's just been very difficult. So that's why I think my scale results are always fluctuating because of that. And so you can't really gauge yourself by me, because that is an extra disease that I carry that challenges me on this weight loss process. So some of the side effects, people talk about side effects all the time. I'm not going to go into that so deeply. We all know we have gastrointestinal issues. I'll just talk about the ones that was most annoying to me. I didn't get constipation really bad, so that wasn't a real issue for me. I did have some solutions for it: Colace, Metamucil, and if I had a bad episode, which has only been like twice in the 16 months, I would use milk of magnesia. Okay, so I might do a milk of magnesia like once every 2 weeks. It's not even weekly anymore. Initially, I was doing it weekly, and I was getting a little bit of diarrhea because I was like, okay, this is probably too much. So I didn't have to do that too much. So I didn't have a real issue with constipation. But what I did have, and what I do have still, is I fart all the time. Like it just comes out. I don't care where I am. So I apologize if I've been around anybody and it just like let out. Y'all, I can't do nothing about it. It doesn't even, I can't hold it in. It's not painful, thank God, but it just comes out. So that happens, and I've just had to deal with that somehow. If you have those, that let me know. But I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. So I just rather have it out than in, Now, I do know food aversion is kind of difficult. All of us talk about food aversion, and I get to a point where I just don't want to eat. I do not care. I don't think about eating. I pretty much work from home most of the time. So most of the time I'm at my computer all day, and I don't even pick up anything. I'll keep my water. I love my essential water. It's my water here, y'all. I mean, of course, I usually keep it in my water jug or whatever, but I'll have a bottle of my water near me, and that's just all I'm doing all day is just pretty much drinking my water. but I don't like food like that a lot of times. And so that does bother me. I actually had a meltdown, I think like in December, because I was dealing with not eating enough and I knew it was a problem. So I reached out to one of our my friend content creators, Alonda. Thank you, Alonda. I'm sorry, y'all. I remember when I had that meltdown and she helped me through it and it was amazing. And, you know, we did some things and adjusting things. One of the things I realized though, out of that was that I'm a morning eater. So if I want to get food in, I have to eat starting at between 6 o'clock in the morning. I wake up usually sometimes 4:30 or 5 because I go to the gym now at 5 o'clock. And so when I come back from the gym, I have a good appetite. So I'll use that opportunity to get my protein in then. And then anywhere from 6 to 12 noon, I can eat. But in the evening, it's over. It's a wrap. I don't eat much at all. So I've learned to maximize that time, you know, in the morning where I can eat and try to get most of my calories, load all my calories in the morning, so that by the evening, the most thing I want is I do this protein smoothie that's like banana and peanut butter. I love it. I add honey to it, and I'll put that in whatever I don't drink of it, I'll put it in the freezer, and that's my nighttime ice cream, a protein ice cream snack. So that's pretty cool. And so as you can see, I've done a lot of dietary changes. The only thing I have not done different is I was a fried chicken wing lover. I do still get my 1.5 chicken wings at least once a week or maybe twice, but I can't do more than 1.5 wings at a time, and they're full wings. But you know, that's it, and I treat myself to that, and it's good. I am working out now. I'm back with my trainer. Some of you may have seen my videos where my trainer was kind of like in and out or whatever. There was some things he was going through, but he is back. He's training me and my girl Tasha in a different spot, and I am loving it. So getting my body together and in shape is the best thing. So in terms of your takeaways from this, I want you to understand that you need to always chronicle your journey. Take more pictures at the beginning because it's going to help you feel encouraged as you go through. Don't rush your titration process. If it's working for you, if like the old people used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, so if it's working for you and you see the continued weight loss, you see the improvement in your metabolic health, let it go and work with it. Okay, and align with your medical team. Make sure that you have a team that supports your journey and they're not just brushing you off. I'm a lifer on this medication. I do plan to stay on this for life. So I hope that, you know, my journey helps you and what I've shared with you today helps you. But I'm here for life doing it because it's improved so much for me and I don't want to go back. So I just want to say this to you. Make sure you stay in touch, commute with your community, your GLP-1 community, your physicians, and everyone that is supporting you on this journey because it is important. Keep your mental good. And, you know, don't let anybody live rent-free in your head. You know why you're doing this, and it's important for you to stay connected and stay on point. If you ever need to talk to us, tap into anyone in our GLP-1 community. We're here for you, all right? Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you in the next video.